In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen.
Amen.
Heavenly Father, because you desire all people to be saved, we pray for salvation for every leader throughout all levels of government. Capture their hearts so they can help turn the hearts of others toward you and the good of our country, helping us live peaceful lives. For all who serve others through government leadership, give them a desire to promote righteousness, the things that will honor you, not themselves. Cut through any hypocrisy or tendencies to make their names known instead of your own. Let them experience the joy of sacrifice, honor, and a pure conscience. We ask this in all things through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Michel. Ms. Becknell, a roll call?
Ms. Doming?
Here.
Mr. Darren Guidry?
Here.
Mr. Babin? Here. Mr. Dirk Guidry?
Here.
Mr. Trosclair?
Here.
Dr. Navy?
Here.
Mr. Harding?
Here.
Mr. Michel?
Here.
Mr. Amity? Mr. Chairman, you have a quorum present.
Thank you very much. Approved minutes of the regular council session held on September 28th, 2022. Move Mr. Dirk Guidry, seconded Mr. John Amity. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Minutes are approved. Distribute minutes of the regular council session held on October 12th, 2022, which we've done. Distribute minutes of the special council session condemnations held on October 24th, 2022. Did we circulate that?
Those should be coming tomorrow.
Okay, those will be coming tomorrow. And approve accounts payable bill lists for October 17th, 2022 and October 24th, 2022. Move Ms. Jessica Domingue, seconded by Mr. Harding. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Approve manual checklist for September 2022. Move Ms. Jessica Domingue. Seconded Mr. Dirk Guidry. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. General business, proclaiming November 11th, 2022 as Veterans Day in Terrebonne Parish. Mr. Dirk Guidry.
It's an honor and a privilege to read this. This proclamation will be read by three different veterans, myself, Mr. Harding, and Mr. Babin. So we thank everybody that served this country and protects us every day while we go to sleep. And just thank you all a lot from the bottom of my heart. Whereas each November 11th, we celebrate our veterans and their families, both living and deceased, for their patriotism and their contributions to our nation in times of war and peace. And whereas we as citizens are indebted to our veterans and their families, especially those veterans in need who are experiencing homelessness or living in as shut-ins, for their bravery and sacrifices which have provided for many of the freedoms we cherish today. Mr. Harding got the next one.
Go ahead, Mr. Harding.
Whereas on November 5th, 2022, the first annual Veterans Appreciation Flag Run will be held across Terrebonne and Lafourche Parish as part of several local events to celebrate and honor the veterans still with us today. And whereas it is our obligation to ensure that those who have served and those who are serving their country and their families are recognized for their selflessness and their dedication to preservation of the health and well-being of others.
Now therefore be it resolved by the Terrebonne Parish Council on behalf of Parish President Gordon E. Dove and the entire Terrebonne Parish Consolidated Government that the day of November 11th, 2022 be hereby proclaimed Veterans Day in Terrebonne Parish. Be it further resolved that all residents be encouraged to participate in the various events to honor our veterans and their families and to recognize them for their heroism and accomplishments in serving their country and the common good. Presented this 26th day of October 2022 and signed by President Dove and our council chairman and endorsed by the entire council.
And I'd like to ask all the veterans to please stand and be recognized.
for your service.
Yeah, please just state your name and address for the record.
I'm Johnny Smith, American Veterans Advocacy and Vets United. I'm from Thibodaux. My address is 1610 Cardinal Drive. I am the chief advocate for the organization. We've put this run together to honor our super senior veterans in the nursing homes. We're going to visit 6 nursing homes, 3 here in Terrebonne Parish, 3 in Lafourche Parish. We're going to be escorted by the state troopers, Terrebonne Parish Sheriff's Department, and Lafourche Parish Sheriff's Department. I would like to thank everyone on the council for honoring us today. And on the 5th, we're going to do a special presentation at the museum for one of our fallen oldest senior veterans. We'll have the cameras there, and whoever would like to attend that and be recorded in that presentation, I welcome everyone here and all of our veterans back here. So if we can have this a continuation every year, because we only do 2 events. We do May and we do November. And these events would carry on throughout the country if we can promote it here in our area of the Gulf region. So I'd appreciate it that everyone honor our super senior veterans on November 5th. And thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Navy.
Yes, and I just personally want to thank you all for your service. I actually have my uncles, 3 uncles that served in the military, Navy, Marines, and Air Force, and my brother served in the Desert Storm. So I understand the importance of why we need to celebrate you all, because of our freedom is because of you all. And I just feel like the fact that, we're doing this proclamation, but I just wish that we can honor you all more than just one time out of the year, because what you have done for this country is remarkable, extraordinary. And every time I see a veteran, sometimes I want to just cry, because I understand now I have freedom in this country because of you all, not because of these people sitting up here, because of what you all did out there for service. So thank you all. God bless you all. Continue on being the people that you are, in my heart, real heroes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Navy. Next item is commending Mr. Hans Geis for his painting of a mural in honor of the Terrebonne Bicentennial Celebration. Ms. Domingue.
Yes, thank you very much, and it gives me a great honor to read this commendation today. Whereas on April 22nd, 1822, the first meeting of the Terrebonne Parish Police Jury was convened, marking the beginning of this parish as a governing body in the state of Louisiana. And whereas during the subsequent 200 years, the land known as the Good Earth was transformed from the simple residences of a few thousand farmers, fishermen, trappers, and indigenous people into a modern community with over 100,000% residents. And whereas, unlike the early settlers who relied on the bounties of the land and the waters of this parish, the present citizens of Terrebonne Parish have developed a wide variety of occupations, including oil and gas industry, a tremendous medical community, prosperous financial institutions and insurance companies, huge retail establishments, and more. And whereas, while Terrebonne Parish is known for many things such as great food, superior fishing and hunting opportunities, and celebrations and festivals such as Mardi Gras, locals know that the best aspect of Terrebonne Parish is the people who populate the community, their love for the land, and their respect for one another. Whereas the year 2022 has been declared the Terrebonne Bicentennial Celebration Year, and whereas Hans Geis, a local artist, has memorialized the celebration by painting a mural in downtown Houma, and whereas it is hoped that with this mural, the citizens of Terrebonne Parish will be reminded of where they have come from and where they're going. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the entire Terrebonne Parish Council on behalf of Parish President Gordon E. Dove and the entire Terrebonne Parish Consolidated Government that Mr. Hans Geis be commended for his painting of a beautiful mural in honor of the Terrebonne Parish Bicentennial. It's signed by Parish President Gordon Dove, Council Chairman Darren Guidry, and endorsed by the entire Terrebonne Parish Council.
I just really want to start off by saying thanks to our veterans here. As a veteran myself, I just want to pay gratitude to our senior veterans and those who have fought overseas for our freedom. I really do thank y'all very much from the bottom of my heart for what you've done. I just want to say thank you to the people of our parish. Over the years, it's just been an honor for me to serve my community. I love doing art, and I just wanted to do something to really bless our parish and to just give a good, warm welcome to people entering the downtown area of Houma. Since Hurricane Ida, I've just felt a calling to just bring some cheer to our community and uplift the people of Terrebonne Parish. So I just thank you again for the opportunity, and God bless.
Ms. Domingue.
Yes, sir, and I want to personally thank you for that mural. We actually live on Central Avenue, and so every single day we got to pass and watch your work, and my children were in awe of watching what happened, and now they absolutely love it. And so you definitely brought a smile to our face, and you brought a smile to everyone in the parish's face, so just thank you very much.
Good. Mission accomplished then. So, thank you all.
Yes, and thank you. You're an asset to Terrebonne Parish, and hopefully we'll be seeing more of your artwork soon in downtown.
Yep, plan on it. Thank you.
Thank you. Next item, commending the Bayou Community Foundation in recognition of its 10th anniversary. Mr. Babin.
Yes, it's truly an honor to read this. And it says, whereas October 1st, 2022 marks the 10-year anniversary of the founding of the Bayou Community Foundation, and whereas it is fitting and proper to accord official recognition to this valuable and impactful public charity serving Terrebonne, Lafourche, and Grand Isle, and whereas Bayou Community Foundation works effectively to address critical community needs, strengthen nonprofit capacity, and promote philanthropy to create a compassionate, sustainable coastal community for decades to come. And whereas over the past 10 years, Bayou Community Foundation has awarded $2 million in grants to local nonprofit organizations to fund critical human services, education, workforce development, and coastal programs through its annual nonprofit grants program. And whereas since Hurricane Ida made landfall on August 29, 2021, Bayou Community Foundation has invested over $5.9 million to fund nonprofit relief and recovery efforts serving local residents. Whereas through the Bayou Recovery Fund, Bayou Community Foundation grants have funded the construction of 8 new homes and repair to 340 homes in the Dulac and the area in the past year, with 10 more new homes scheduled for construction and a dozen or more homes repairs planned for Hurricane Ida survivors who are in need. Whereas Bayou Community Foundation continues to find housing and other nonprofit Hurricane Ida recovery efforts in Lafourche, Terrebonne, and Grand Isle, residents with over $2.5 million committed to date for home repair and rebuilding in Dulac and in Grand Isle in the upcoming year. Now therefore be it resolved that the Terrebonne Parish Council, on behalf of the Parish President, Gordon E. Dove, and the entire Parish Council, Consolidated Government, do hereby deem it an honor and a pleasure to extend sincere congratulations to the Bayou Community Foundation on the 10th anniversary and wish the foundation many more years of success serving our communities. Signed by Gordon Dove, Parish President, Dan Guidry, the Council Chairman, and endorsed by the entire Parish Council. I'd like to, actually who we have here who will come up, it will be the Executive Director, Jennifer Ormond, Parish, their President, Henry Lafont, Alexis and Berwick Duval, and Ms. Renee David.
Yeah, let me get on this side.
Thank you, Mr. Babin and Mr. Dove, and all of you. As you read, Bayou Community Foundation over the past 10 years has done tremendous work thanks to the investment of all of our donors here and really throughout the country, particularly after Hurricane Ida. Bayou Community Foundation was formed by people, including Berwick and Alexis behind me, who realized after Hurricanes Katrina and Rita, Gustav, Ike, and then the 2010 Gulf oil spill, that specifically Lafourche, Terrebonne, and Grand Isle did not have a philanthropic bucket to accept donations after a disaster and then to distribute that money to nonprofits doing the real work on the ground for relief and recovery. So they got to work immediately to form Bayou Community Foundation, and it was officially created in the fall of 2012. Since then, we have been able to do tremendous work, in my opinion, to help nonprofits fill these critical needs in our community every year through our nonprofit grants program. And the outpouring of generosity after Hurricane Ida has enabled us to really make that bucket work out harder than ever before to get relief and recovery to the people in Terrebonne, Lafourche, and Grand Isle who need help the most. And we're very, very excited, proud, and pleased of the housing recovery effort that we've been able to do, because we know that that is the primary need right now in our recovery. So thank you very much for your congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. Ormond. Mr. Babin?
Yeah, Jennifer, it goes without saying that this community is so much better now because of the Bayou Community Foundation. It really is, and y'all impact the people who need it the most. If some of you have not seen what the Mennonites have done down in Dulac, the 8 homes that were completed, there's 2 more in the first phase, and then 10 more. And Mr. Guidry and Mr. Trosclair, y'all might be happy to hear that they're working on some for y'all area as well. And again, the key in this whole thing is the homes are tremendous, but helping to repair 340 homes. Now that's from small amounts to a large amount is phenomenal. That was people that did not have to go in trailers after the storm. They were able to get back in their lives, so to speak. And I would be remiss, and he's going to be mad, but I'm going to say it, but Richard Watkins, who is, I think, the vice president of the board and has worked tirelessly to make all of these things happen. It's just a pleasure working with all of you guys.
Yeah,
so thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you very much.
And the rest of you.
Yeah, thank you.
Mr. Guidry?
Yes, Jennifer, I'd like to thank you and the Bayou Community Foundation for all you've done in the last 10 years. I mean, you have been a great big asset, but let me tell you, in the last year, what I've seen you guys do, it's amazing, you know? When I've gone to the ribbon cuttings on these new homes that you're giving these people, and I talk to them, and they're crying because you gave, not you, but your board and the Mennonites gave them a new place to live and beautiful places to live. And by the way, I know that Danny, they started because the lady that they started on at Boudreaux Canal, she came into my restaurant today, and she was just ecstatic that y'all just started fixing her new house. So I've been seeing the cement pollens up in the air for the last few months, and then I said, they should be coming around. And then she walked in the restaurant about an hour or so later, and I said, they should be coming. She said, no, they started, you know. She said, I'm buying them lunch. So thank y'all for what y'all do, because if nobody ever went to a groundbreaking of one of the homes or something they're doing, and to see the happiness on these people that have a home that didn't have a pot to, you know what, in. So thank y'all a lot, and thanks to the whole board, you know. And thanks for Mr. Richard Watkins, because when I go on, and Jennifer, they're always there, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So thank y'all for what y'all doing, because y'all do that out of a labor of love for people. So thank y'all.
Thank you.
Dr. Navy?
Yes, and I echo with in the sentiments that my colleagues are saying, because I can tell you this: when you talk about philanthropic, that is, you are probably the most philanthropic local nonprofit organization in the Bayou region, and you all never want recognition. I'm gonna tell you why I'm saying this, because I hope I don't get in trouble for saying this with him. Mr. Watkins, I've been wanting to come here with Mr. Sinak to give them praise and honor for the things that they do for this community. These guys said, no, John, don't do that. I'm saying this publicly. I hope I don't get in trouble with them for saying this. they said no, because that's not what it's about. We do this out of our heart. So, you are very significant in this parish. I'm serious. In this parish here, you are the most local, philanthropic, I know some of you all might know what that means, but nonprofit organization in this parish, in this Bayou region. And I hope y'all continue the good work that y'all are doing, because when you got people like Mr. Sinak and Mr. Watkins behind you all, don't even want any recognition, that's phenomenal. That's very phenomenal. I appreciate what y'all are doing. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Mr. Babin.
The thing I forgot too, the Bayou Community Foundation is putting the money towards these homes, repair and new homes. And I mentioned Richard Watkins' name. I eat lunch with Richard probably 4 or 5 times a week, okay? But they're also furnishing these homes because they've gone out and gotten people like, I'm just gonna throw names out, Lowe's and other places like that have donated appliances, furniture. It's just phenomenal. So, and again, just to bring it out, the people who get these homes were well vetted. They all were in need. And if they got insurance money or they got FEMA money, they put that towards their home. They have to put that towards their home, and then the Bayou Community Foundation, through its philanthropic efforts, pays for the rest. So again, I can't say enough about y'all. We talk a lot. And I also want to thank Chris Pulaski and his staff, because they've done a great job on the permitting for these properties. So again, thank y'all, Jennifer.
Yes, thank you. I also want to extend an invitation to y'all. We are having a community party, a celebration, next Thursday night, November 3rd, at the Thibodeau Regional Wellness Center to celebrate our 10th year anniversary. And we have a great turnout expected, and it's just going to be a wonderful evening celebrating our precious Bayou region and the philanthropy that makes all of our work possible. As we always say at Bayou Community Foundation, giving makes great things happen, and that's what we want to celebrate. Thank you all very much for your congratulations.
And Jennifer, from the chair, I just want to, again, thank you all. We were meeting with a new group that's a new governmental agency for downtown, and they were just getting formed, and they were asking, well, how do these other communities get them done right away? It's like, well, they do it through foundations, because foundations can do things much quicker than government can. And so, you having a foundation such as yours, a community foundation, is unbelievably important to Terrebonne Parish. And I don't know if people realize how much good you guys do and can do. So thank you.
Right, thank you.
Moving on to presentation by parish administration relative to capital projects, including drainage, utility, road, and quality of life projects, as well as other matters relative to the operations and maintenance of parish government. Mr. Dove.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Lashbrook pump station was damaged heavily for Hurricane Ike, and it was slated for replacement. When this administration took office, we hired Delta Coast, Mitch Marmon and them to go ahead and do the engineering and also to oversee the construction. I'm proud to say that we have about 32 calendar days left, and that the construction of the Lashbrook pump station should be complete. Now, in Chauvin, and Mr. Dirk Gidry can attest to this, we've built a $10 million lock system, a $10 million conveyance channel with pump station, which we all having some problems with the manufacturer on the pumps, but as of right now, the sea level is overhauling those pumps, and we should have them in place in the next 3 to 4 weeks. And it's been 631 calendar days due to COVID and other issues to build this, to replace this pump station. And of course, the Bayou Neuf was replaced with a total of over $30 million spent in the Chauvin area. And I want to thank this council and this government. We put the money together and we move forward with it. And just some few pictures of it. Like I said, 631 calendar days. That's how long it took to build this. A lot of it due to COVID and other matters that we had problems with. Here they're putting in the diesel pump for the diesel generator, and they're dismantling the old pump station, and as you can see, it's state of the art, all concrete with piping. That's 4 48-inch pumps, as you see on here, and it's a testament to the people of Terrebonne Parish and the resiliency of the people of Terrebonne Parish. We did get statewide flood money, and of course we matched it with Terrebonne Parish money. And as you can see, the pump station, they have to remove the cofferdam, but 32 days we'll be operating it, and it's a great testament, and it's just very, very good to finish one of the last, not the last projects in Chauvin, but one of the major last projects in Chauvin for right now. And as you can see, that's them working on shoring up the levee and the bulkhead around it, and so we're looking at 32 days. I talked to Mitch Beaumont today. They did a wonderful job, and it's just a testament of what you can do. We will have built 30 pump stations in Terrebonne Parish in the last 7 years, and the last time one was built new was in the 90s. So the people of Terrebonne have something to be happy about. It's their tax dollars, the state of Louisiana, and we're moving forward with it. And with that, I want to thank everyone involved. Thank you.
Mr. Guidry.
Yeah, Mr. Dove, I appreciate all you've done for the people of Lokai and Chauvin area. Since Mr. Dove has taken over, we have 16 brand new pumps in Chauvin. There's not one old pump in Chauvin. We've done it, and my hat goes off to you for doing it. I don't know why you ever find all the money to get it done, but at this particular pump station that he just showed you right here, this was when Mr. Dove was a state representative, and hurricane was coming and the water was overtopping the levees, and we trying to protect the levee. We throwing sandbags on this levees. It defeats us, but we can't stop it. But the fuel tanks and all of this pump stations collapses all over. So, I mean, we've come a long way. These were ancient pump stations. They should have been changed 20 or 30 years ago. So, with the conveyance channel, with the lock system, the bayou and the levee district put 5 brand new pumps on Bush Canal that all work together. So, I feel pretty safe in Chauvin. But thank you a lot, Mr. Duff, for what you've done, because it's phenomenal, the work that's been done down there. So thank you. And I'm still looking for another project. Thank you.
I got some.
Thank you, Mr. Guidry. Next item, proclaiming the week of November 7th through the 11th, 2022 as National 4-H Week in Terrebonne Parish. Mr. John Amity.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and I'm truly honored to be able to read this proclamation tonight. Whereas the Terrebonne Parish Consolidated Government is proud to honor the 4-H Youth Development Program of the LSU Ag Center Cooperative Extension Service for its 114 years of providing experience-based education to youth throughout the state. And whereas the 4-H program's more than 235,000 urban, suburban, and rural youth participants ranging from ages 8 to 19 hail from diverse ethnic and socioeconomic backgrounds, truly representing a cross-section of the state. And whereas the 4-H program undoubtedly could not have achieved the success it has done today were it not for the service of its more than 9,000 volunteers who have given generously of their time, talents, energies, and resources to the youth of Louisiana. And whereas, through its proud history, the 4-H program has developed positive role models for the countless citizens, and through its innovative and inspiring programs continues to build character and instill the values that have made our state strong and great. Now therefore be it resolved by the Terrebonne Parish Council on behalf of the Parish President, Gordon E. Dove, and the entire Terrebonne Parish Consolidated Government that the week of November 7th through 11th, 2022 be hereby proclaimed National 4-H Week in Terrebonne Parish. Be it further resolved that the 4-H Youth Development Program of the LSU Ag Center Cooperative Extension Service be commended alongside the many men and women who have made the program a success, presented this date, the 26th day of October 2022, signed by Parish President Gordon E. Dove, Council Chairman Darren W. Guidry Sr., and on behalf of the entire Parish Council. Yes.
Go ahead and state your name and address for the record, please.
Cherie Roger, 8026 Main Street.
Go ahead.
I'm with the LSU Ag Center. I'm parish chair for the Terrebonne LSU Ag Center. But I'm also the 4-H agent, so I tend to talk a little bit more about 4-H, although I'm very proud of our whole office. We want to thank you all for your support of our entire office, and we invite you to attend our events as we send you invitations. It's been a challenging couple of years being part of the Ag Center and being a social organization where we go out and reach people and meet with people, and that has been a little challenging. And then also losing our office was a little challenging, but we haven't stopped. We're continuing to do our best to reach the clientele of Terrebonne Parish. You should all have a copy of a parish profile sheet provided for you, and the main thing that I wanted to do was give you that so that you have all of our contact information and the different program areas that we service, so that if you need anything from us, we're here for you. Contact us, call us, email us, or come visit us on the 4th floor. Following the other recognitions and proclamations, it's like, oh, wow, this is just 4-H, but it's really not, because hopefully we'll have some 4-Hers who want to defend our country, like these veterans. So thank y'all very much for doing that. Hopefully we'll have some artists who represent us, like Hans did, and maybe you'll do a 4-H painting one day. But 4-H is the foundation, aside of just regular education, for so much more. When I sit in a parish council meeting or a school board meeting, I'm just reminded of what the youth learn in a 4-H meeting, just a simple business meeting. So they're learning the foundation of what you are all doing today. So it's important. But for 4-H week, we want to invite y'all to attend some events. We have 4-H night at Raising Cane's on November 8th. We're going to have a clover hunt on November 9th at the courthouse square at 5 o'clock. They're going to hunt for little 4-H clovers with messages on them. So if y'all want to just come and say hi, we invite you to do that. But another thing I want to do before I end, and again, thank y'all so much for everything, is to introduce one of our new employees. We have Miss Haley Gamble. She's one of our, well, she is our fisheries agent for Terrebonne and Lafourche. So I want to introduce her and let her say a few words.
Good evening. My name's Haley Gamble. So like Cherie said, I'm the new fisheries agent working with LSU Ag Center and Louisiana Sea Grant. So Louisiana's Sea Grant mission is to serve communities in Louisiana through research, outreach, and education. So I've just started this position August 1, so I'm really in the stage of learning names, learning faces, learning community members and the issues. So my request to you all would be, please don't hesitate to reach out to me if there's a specific issue, research that's going on, or somewhere that I can fit in or move Louisiana Sea Grant to fit in. I serve both Terrebonne and Lafourche communities, and so I look forward to learning more issues and where Sea Grant can be a part of those for the parish. So thank y'all.
Mr. Guidry?
Yeah, I'd like to welcome you to the Sea Grant program. Miss Judy, 4-H is one of the best things we can do for these young kids, is to put them in 4-H, because it seems like young kids that become involved in agriculture, farming, ranching, or anything like horse racing or barrel racing or bull riding, it seems like it's a more family-oriented event, you know what I mean? And most of these kids and all that grow up, then I know that do this, because, I mean, we have horses also, but it seems like they stay out of trouble. They stay off of drugs, you know? And that comes down to having family values, where the whole family sticks together and goes out and celebrates something, you know? So, but also, I'd like to congratulate, I know y'all had a cooking contest last week at Montague Middle. Well, my youngest granddaughter won first place in the shrimp boulettes.
Well.
My second to oldest granddaughter won second place in chicken stew. So we teach them how to, from down the bar, we teach them how to cook young if we can. So congratulations for what y'all do for these kids, and I think we need more of it. I know we used to have a place on the air base that we used to do 4-H at, and I think we need to find a place where we can do this again, because this is a big deal when all these kids can come in and they can show their chickens or their pigs or their goats, you know. It's good. So whatever we can do, you know, in the future, maybe whatever we can rebuild something for you guys where you can have a place in Terrebonne where we can come celebrate what these kids do. Because it's hard work when you got to get up every morning and you got to feed these animals and take care of them. It learns responsibility for these kids. So my heart goes out to y'all too. And again, welcome to Sea Grant.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Amity.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and I agree with Dirk. You know, my boys are older now, and I do have some grandchildren I'd like to get more involved, but I know my boys really enjoyed 4-H when they were in it. Being a leader in the statewide homeschool organization, 4-H was a big thing throughout the state, and it builds a good character in the children as they do that. But really, I wanted to, while we're talking about 4-H, I wanted to pitch something else about the Ag Center. You know, a lot of people look at my grass, and they're like, man, everywhere you plant grass, you plant some beautiful grass, because with my job, we do levees and different jobs where we have to plant. Well, the secret is, guys, I dig up some dirt, I bring it to the Ag Center, and they tell me how to fertilize it. And then through that, I get some good grass. So take advantage of the Ag Center and doing that for the adults, and make sure that your kids are signed up for 4-H. So again, thank you all for what you do in the community.
Thank you.
Mr. Harding.
Yes, I would like to thank you and the program of 4-H. And I was sitting here and I was thinking, and the conversation I had with Mr. Smith, and you admired our veterans and the artwork. And I'm about building a Terrebonne Parish, and these gentlemen in the conversation with some of the veterans, they are somewhat older. They're visiting the nursing home, and I think they would be willing to work with the 4-H and the young folk working with the 4-H, and then the system that they have with the veterans. That, you know, I mean, they're looking to help. That's what Mr. Smith, I'm correct. You said you're looking to put these guys to work with some people. So we need food, we need agriculture, we need, the kids need guidance and stuff like that. So, you know what I mean, I'm just actually trying to create a marriage here, you know what I mean, where we can get across the board. We have a lot of agencies that come here, and sometimes it seems as if they're acting independently within themselves and what they have to do, but then I see the glory of the fact that, you know what I mean, we can team the right people up together, you know what I mean, we can have better advancement for the parish. So what you guys are doing and what they intending to do and what they have done, you know what I mean, I hope that you guys somehow or another get together, and I thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you both, and welcome aboard.
Thank y'all.
Motion on moving to 6:30 public hearing.
We have a motion to go into 6:30 public hearing. Ms. Domang, seconded by Mr. Harding. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We'll go into 6:30 public hearing. The first one is an ordinance to amend the zoning map of the parish of Terrebonne so that as to rezone R1 single-family residential to R2 two-family residential and R3 multifamily residential, portions of Parkwood Place subdivision, home of Terrebonne Parish, Louisiana, Terrebonne Parish Consolidated Government applicant. Public once, public twice, third time public.
Motion to close.
Motion to close, John Amity, seconded by Dr. Navy. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion to adopt, Mr. Amity, seconded Dr. Navy. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ordinance is passed. Item B, an ordinance to amend the zoning map of the parish of Terrebonne so as to rezone from R1 single-family residential to R2 two-family residential, Lot 6, Block A, Georgetown subdivision, 304 Knockin Street, home of Terrebonne Parish, Louisiana. Renee Bolden, applicant. Public once, public twice, third time public. Motion to close, Mr. Harding, seconded Mr. Dirk Gidry. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion down.
Motion to adopt, Mr. Harding. Seconded, Mr. Amity. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Ordinance is passed. Item C, an ordinance authorizing the parish president to execute a lease agreement with 3JM Properties LLC and McIntyre Enterprises LLC. Public once, public twice, third time public.
Motion to close.
Motion to close, Ms. Domingue. Second, Mr. Amity. All in favor say aye.
Aye. Motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt, Ms. Domingue. Second, Mr. Amity. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Ordinance is adopted. Item D is an ordinance authorizing the parish president to enter into a cooperative endeavor agreement between the North Lafourche Conservation Levee and Drainage District and the Terrebonne Parish Consolidated Government for the purpose of improving drainage for the immediate surrounding areas of the St. Louis Canal and to make improvements to portions of St. Louis Canal that enter into or are located within Terrebonne Parish, authorizing the parish president to execute any and all documents necessary for said purposes, providing for other matters related thereto. Public once, public twice, third time public.
Motion to close.
Motion to close. Mr. Michel, seconded by Mr. Amity. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt, Mr. Michel, seconded Mr. Amity. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Ordinance passes. Item E is an ordinance to amend the 2022 adopted operating budget and 5-year capital outlay budget of the Terrebonne Parish Consolidated Government for the following items and to provide for related matters. Houma Police Department, $6,263. Houma Police Department, $3,989. Parish Prisoners, $16,239. City Marshal, $4,291. Ray Brady Road Bridge Replacement, $5,885,000. Houma Police Department, LCLE Grant, $15,500. Public once. Public twice. Third time public.
Motion to close.
Motion closed, Ms. Domingue. Seconded, Mr. Harding. All in favor say aye.
Aye. Motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt, Ms. Domingue. Seconded, Mr. Harding. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ordinance passes. Item F, the proposed 2023 parish budget and 5-year capital outlay budget.
Motion to close.
Motion to continue.
Continue, yeah.
Motion to,
Do you have to call for public first?
yeah,
Public, yeah.
public once, public twice, third time public.
Motion to continue.
Motion to continue to November 16th.
Motion to continue, Mr. Michel,
Second.
seconded by Ms. Domingue. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion to go back in regular order.
Motion to go back in regular order. Mr. Dirk Gidry, seconded Mr. Harding. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Public wishing to address the council as per speaker cards. In accordance with Section 2-07E of the Terrebonne Parish Home Rule Charter, the public will be heard and can speak for 3 minutes on any matter related to parish government without discussion or questions and answers on non-agenda items. We have one speaker card from Ms. Lucretia McBride with the budget and finance item of Brady Road.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Lucretia McBride, Houma, Louisiana. I wanted to say that I do agree with the budget to replace the Brady Road Bridge for that amount. I hope we'll get something really nice, 2-lane possibly, that oversized traffic can take. The community needs that. And also I wanted to impress upon you the historical significance of the bridge itself. The age of the bridge, the design, the caliber of the whole, putting it together is just really, really interesting. I've provided a handout for you, and in it is a engineering record specifically to that bridge. And in there you'll find the narrative, you'll find the diagrams, a lot of the photographs, and then the diagrams in the back and some of the records. The reason why this particular bridge is so historical is because it's a cable-stayed swing bridge. I had many a happy hour playing with my Barbie doll and my Cupid dolls. My brothers had a huge diorama with the train, and in it, it was raised and it had a river, and then it had a reproduction tiny swing bridge. we didn't wonder who was swinging it open or closed. We would just play with it. But it had a lot of the mechanical design elements in it. And, you know, my brothers would put the little bridge handle down. When it was time to raise it up, Barbie would go across on her little Cadillac. The Cupid dolls would all walk over on foot. We had a lot of fun. And that inspired me to like bridges, particularly the swing bridges. They're really rare outside of Louisiana. This reproduction swing bridge was made in New Orleans, Louisiana. And the report doesn't talk about that, but it does give the technical information. And I just want to inspire the council to consider making the bridge a historical place. After you get the new bridge built, give that some thought, give it some consideration. This will give you all the information. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. McBride. Next item is committee reports. Community Development and Planning Committee, Mr. Steve Trosclair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd like to make a motion that the council accept and ratify the minutes of the Community Development Planning Committee held on October 24, 2022, and have no public hearings.
We have a motion by Mr. Trosclair,
Second.
seconded by Ms. Domingue. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Next is the Policy, Procedure, and Legal Committee, and that is Ms. Jessica Domingue.
I make a motion that the council accept and ratify the minutes of the Policy, Procedural, and Legal Committee held on October 24th, 2022, and I have no public hearings.
Motion by Ms. Domingue, seconded by Mr. Dirk Gidry. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Next is the Public Service Committee, Mr. John Amity.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I make a motion that the council accept and ratify the minutes of the Public Services Committee held on October 24, 2022, and I have no public hearings.
Motion, Mr. Amity, seconded Mr. Dirk Gidry. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Next is the Budget and Finance Committee, Mr. Carl Harding.
Yes, I make a motion that the council accept and ratify the minutes of the Budget and Finance Committee held on October 24, 2022, and I have two public hearings. First, introducing an ordinance to acquire in full ownership the following property adjudicated to Terrebonne Parish Consolidated Government for public purpose. Parcel number 36938 with owners of record, Eddie Digg, and to address other matters related to thereto and call for a public hearing on said matter on Wednesday, November 16, 2022 at 6:30 p.m. The second one would be introducing the ordinance to acquire in full ownership of the following property adjudicated to the Terrebonne Parish Consolidated Government for public purpose. Parcel number 41866 with municipal address of 141 Shirley Street with owner of record Lloyd Outdoor Advertising to address other matters related thereto and call for a public hearing on said matter on Wednesday, November 16, 2022 at 6:30 p.m.
Second.
Motion, Mr. Harding, seconded by Mr. Michel. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Next item, street lights, lights installations, removals, and/or activations, as per by Mr. Steve Trosclair, seconded by Mr. Dirk Gidry. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Aye. Appointments to various boards, committees, and commissions. The Recreation District Number 10 has one expiring term on November 8th, 2022. Mr. Brent Rodrigue expresses his interest in being reappointed. Motion by Mr. Babin to open, close, and appoint Mr. Rodrigue. Seconded by Mr. Dirk Gidry. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Item B is the Children and Youth Services Planning Board. Four expiring terms, November 5th, 2022 and 11/16/2022, each representing one of the following: Social Services, Terrebonne Parish Juvenile Justice, Education, and Terrebonne Parish District Attorney. One vacancy due to a resignation representing the Bayou Area Children's Foundation, and 7 expired terms, one representing each of the following: City Court, Office of Juvenile Justice, Gulf Coast Teaching and Family Services, DHH, Office of Behavioral Health, Options for Independence, Terrebonne Parish Sheriff's Office, and the Houma Police Department representative. Mr. Greg Gleason, representing Head Start, submits application and resume for consideration. Mr. Alan Crane, representing the DHH Office of Behavioral Health, submits application and resume for consideration. And Ms. Dana R. Price, representing Options for Independence, submits application and resume for consideration.
Motion to open, close, and appoint Mr. Gleason, Mr. Crane, and Ms. Price, and hold the others over.
Motion by Ms. Michelle to appoint Mr. Gleason, Mr. Crane, and Mr. Price, and Ms. Price, and hold the others over. Seconded by Mr. Danny Babin. All in favor say aye. Any opposed?
Show one abstention.
Show one abstention, Ms. Jessica Domingue. Item C, Veterans Memorial District, we have one expired term, one representing the parish president south of the Intercoastal. And the parish president, Gordon E. Dove, requests ratification of his appointments of Mr. Breck Chasson to serve representing south of the Intercoastal.
Motion to open, close, and appoint Mr. Chasson.
Okay, who wants that, guys? Okay. Mr. Dirk Guidry makes a motion to open, close, and appoint Mr. Chasson, seconded by Mr. Babin. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item D, Homa Downtown Development Corporation, 7 expiring terms on November 1st, 2022. Parish President Gordon E. Dove requests ratification of his appointment of Mr. Leo Leday and Mrs. Beulah Rodrigue to the board. Dr. Brenda Babin expresses her interest in being reappointed.
Motion to open, close, and appoint Mr. Leday, Mr. Rodrigue, and Ms. Babin, and hold the others over.
Motion to open, close, and appoint Mr. Leday, Ms. Rodrigue, and Ms. Babin, and hold the others over by Ms. Domingue, seconded by
Gerald.
Mr. Michel. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And item E is withdrawn, but it was the Homa Area Convention and Visitors Bureau, 2 expiring terms on December 31st. Ms. Cherie Blanchard expressed her interest in being reappointed. Item 6, Monthly Engineers Report, GIS Engineering LLC. As per Mr. Dirk Guidry.
Second.
Seconded Ms. Domingue. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Upcoming vacancies to various boards, committees, and commissions. Terrebonne Parish Tree Board has 2 vacancies due to resignation. The Children and Youth Services Board have the 4 expiring terms on November 5th and November 16th. The Coastal Zone Management and Restoration has 1 expiring term on October 31st, 2022. Downtown Development has 4 expiring terms on November 1st, 2022. Planning and Zoning Commission has 1 expiring term, November 30th, 2022, Council Representative, African American. And the Municipal Civil Service Board has 2 expiring terms on November 29th, 2022. Announcements, Parish President, Mr. Toops, do you have anything?
None, sir.
Council members, Ms. Domingue.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. The past couple of weeks in Terrebonne Parish have been very, very exciting. And first of all, I'd like to congratulate Mr. Chris Pulaski and his team for the bicentennial celebration. It was wonderful, Chris. You knocked it out of the park. It was such a great day. And I'd also like to congratulate Mr. Jonathan Foray and his group for a wonderful Rougarou Festival. It was just so fun. I'm a little tired. It's been, I feel like we need a vacation out from our festivals, but it really was an honor to be at both of those festivals, and so thank you very much.
Mr. Gerald Michel.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to, again, wish people a happy Veterans Day and thank the veterans for all that they've done for our country. Secondly, I'd like to remind people that Halloween is October 31st. Halloween trick-or-treating in the parish is from 6 to 8 p.m., so please be extra cautious going through the residential areas where these children are trick-or-treating. And finally, I would ask people who are able to please go out and give blood to help those who are not able. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Michel. Mr. Harding.
Yes, I would like to make 2 announcements. The first one would be the location change for the Boo on the Bayou. Has been changed from the marina to 301 West Tunnel Boulevard, which is Dumas Auditorium from on October 29th, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. It's a giveaway. If you have any questions, you can see Mr. LaToya Walters in reference to that. Actually, I think we did something with the veterans, and these veterans sat in here, and I look at it, and I look at these guys, and that's one of the reasons why I really said something by getting some of these elderly veterans, and Mr. Smith and his group has expressed the fact that they want to put back into the community They go into the nursing homes, and I think we need to rebuild, take advantage of these guys because, like Mr. Navy said, some of the opportunities that we are privy to that are setting up here is because of these guys like that. You know what I mean? Even though I serve, I didn't serve I'm not just the only person that served. So, you know what I mean? Again, hats off to you guys, you know what I mean? Whether you saluting inside or not, you know what I mean? Kudos to y'all. I'm a Navy man. So all you Marines out there, you know we carried y'all where we at. My cousin Frank back there. Thank y'all very much.
Thank you, Mr. Harding. Dr. Navy.
Yes, thank you. We're getting prepared for the toys and bike giveaway again at the Civic Center. The D office and I are planning to do that project on that program on December the 17th, if I'm not mistaken, at the Civic Center again. So I just want to, I know it's a little premature, just want to announce that. And we're going to have some great sponsors, the same sponsorship that's going to be doing that. And also with Sheriff Sonye with this program, Toys for Tots, they're going to be also sponsoring toys. So this year we're probably going to have close to about 300 bikes. We have some sponsors already saying they're going to get like 100 bikes apiece. So it's going to be phenomenal. And we also have, we actually have money left over from last year to purchase more bikes. So I think it's going to be exciting. But it's going to be December the 17th at the Civic Center. So I'm going to be sending some information out to you all and to the public in regard to that matter. Thank you.
Thanks, Dr. Navy. Mr. Babin?
Yes, it's an honor to sit up here as a fellow veteran with all you guys. We appreciate everything you do and all of the military today. Something is coming up in about 2 weeks that we all need to do, and that's go out and vote, all right? November 8th, it's a very important every election is important, but this election is important. We have federal people to vote for, state people to vote for. We have amendments to the Constitution. So there's a lot in there. So let's everybody get involved. It's sad that when we see only 30% of the people going out and vote, but the other 70% want to complain all the time. So please, go out and vote.
Mr. Guidry.
Yeah, Danny, you piggybacked on what I wanted to say. Yesterday started early voting, so go out and vote. Because all these veterans that sit in this audience from the founding of this country have fought and died or come back maimed on the battlefield. So do these guys a favor and do this nation a favor and go do your civic duty and vote, because if you don't vote, don't bitch. Thank you.
All right, seeing no more announcements. A motion to adjourn by Mr. Trosclair, a second to Mr. Amity. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? We are adjourned.